Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Folsom Gymnasium in Fairfield, Maine, the campus of Lawrence High School. And tonight's KVAC Class A Girls North basketball matchup versus with the Lawrence Bulldogs as the home team and the Messalonskee Eagles traveling from Oakland tonight in the early goings of the season. This is the home opener for the Lawrence girls team. Tonight's broadcast can be found, and thanks for joining us, on channel 1301, Crossroads TV. It can also be found on YouTube, Roku, and other streaming devices, crossroadstv.com. Tonight's game is sponsored by KSW Federal Credit Union. KSW Federal Credit Union. Everything we do for you. Located in Waterville and a branch office in Belfast. Tonight's game features two teams that are rivals. The Messalonskee Eagles and the Lady Bulldogs had one heck of a couple of matchups last season. And let's talk a little bit about what last season looked like. The Lady Bulldogs finished as the 3 seed at the end of last year, and the Messalonskee girls finished as the 5th seed. Both teams advanced to the semifinals but lost in the semifinal matchups. So relatively even from last year's stuff. This year is a different story, however. In the pregame, we're taking a look at the rosters from last year, and Lawrence was looking to be senior laden. This year, they're missing 3 players for one reason or another that were on the roster from last year that would have been seniors that for one reason or another chose not to play. So they're looking to the leadership of Savannah Weston and Megan Curtis. Megan Curtis has been the point guard now, the starting point guard for the Lady Bulldogs for the last 3 years. She plays with a high level of intensity, and usually as how she plays is how the team goes. Weston is in a boot right now and is struggling with battling a left foot injury. The Messalonskee Eagles have played one game this year. They defeated Mount Blue quite handily, a 20-point victory up in Farmington earlier this season. They are led by the Wiener sisters. They are a dynamic tandem, both tall, lanky, athletic, and can shoot the basketball. They're also led by a couple of other seniors, Emma Smith, junior Emma Smith, and Mackenzie Mayo, who is a solid inside player. Messalonskee is a heavy favorite to be the top runner for contention for the state title in Class A North this year. Keys to the game before we get to our starting lineups. Lawrence coming in at 1-0. Their one victory after their one countable game this year was at Coney, where they handed a 17-point victory for the Dogs. The keys for the Lady Bulldogs is to generate turnovers. They're going to try to pressure the basketball tonight, and they have a supreme height disadvantage this evening. So they're going to have to play a lot of offense by generating good defense. The school song is playing, and we've got 1 minute left before we get to our announcements. As you can see, some members of the crowd start to rise and clap along to the Lawrence High School school song. Lawrence is coached by Greg Chesley. He is assisted by Rusty Mercier, Joe Higgins. The scorer for tonight's game is Laura Chesley, and the timer is Dan Dennis. Let's see if we can pick up some of the PA from Joe Marcoux.
Let the officials make their calls, let the coaches coach, and let the players play the game that they love.
Mr. Martin and Mr. Beret are our officials for the night. Here are the starters for Messalonskee. Gabrielle Wiener, number 3. Number 11, Brianne Beneke. Number 12, Grace Wiener. Number 20, that's Jordan Devine. And number 33, that's Brooke Martin.
And now for the Bulldogs, head coach Greg Chesley. Number 1, Alyssa Ford.
For the Bulldogs, number 1, Alyssa Clark.
Number 2, Megan Curtis.
Number 2, Megan Curtis. Number 3, 1, 2, 3, Savannah Weston. Number 24, Delvini Carr. And 34, Sarah Poli. As we said before, both teams are 1-1. It's time for our national anthem.
As the Lawrence High School Pep Band honors America with the playing of our national anthem.
All right. So the pageantry is finished, and now it's time to get down to playing basketball. Buzzer is sounded. Teams making their last-minute notifications, and I'm sure coaches have been talking about this one all week in practice and preparation for what's going to go on. We're looking for the Lawrence Lady Bulldogs to be active on the defensive end, probably applying some front court pressure, trying to generate turnovers. They have a significant height disadvantage, as we said in the pregame, so they're going to be looking to generate turnovers because winning the boards, the battle on the glass, getting the rebounds is going to be a difficult thing. Pauli is set to jump it up versus Wiener. Messalonskee controls the tap, and Wiener has the ball. Grace Wiener, guarded by Weston, gets it across, move the ball around. Good ball movement by Messalonskee, but it is stolen away and lost the handle there. That was Bork, who had an opportunity to capitalize on a turnover, but couldn't quite hold on to it. Ball sideline out of bounds. Inbounded to Wiener. They get it back to Devine. Devine, 11, that's Beneke. Beneke, check that. Devine. Moving the ball now, Messalonskee, backdoor cut. Inside out, three-point opportunity for Wiener. That one is way no good. Grace Wiener on the miss there. Rebound Messalonskee, that is Devine with the basketball. Devine throws it away. Turnover, Messalonskee. Looking like the first offensive possession here for the Lady Bulldogs. They come out in a high-low set. Messalonskee playing player defense. Basketball is out at the front of the key. A pop shot there from the top of the key. The shot is up and no good. That was Carr with a three-point shot that was no good. And we had ourselves a jump ball, alternating possession. Lawrence with the ball underneath. 1-4 low set, gets it into Pauli. Pauli back to Curtis. Curtis with the ball. Dribbles, gets it to Weston. Weston back to Curtis, looking for Pauli. Pauli left hand up, no good. Rebound Wiener, controlled and brought out. Dribbling the ball up the floor. Nice move there by Wiener. Very athletic. Lawrence couldn't quite control the rebound there. Carr and Pauli tried to haul it in, but neither one of them could quite get the handle on it. Messalonskee ball out of bounds. Ball goes into Wiener. Wiener has the ball now. She's looking underneath, gets it underneath. Shots up, no good. Back now to the other Wiener. That is Grace Wiener for two, and the shot is good. And the first points of the game have been scored by Messalonskee. 6 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock, 2-0 Messalonskee. Pauli with the basketball now. Gets it over to Bork. Bork with a big shot, but nothing happening there. That ball is kind of kicked and fumbled around, and it is out of bounds on the Eagles. It's going to be Lawrence basketball underneath the rim. Curtis is going to inbound it. Weston pops out, screen. Pauli gets the ball, puts it up. Are they going to call it in the act? They are. So Pauli is going to go to the line. Not quite sure who that was on. Okay, so the foul was on Messalonskee, number 33. That is Martin. That's her first, the team first. Pauli's foul shot is, first one's up and no good. Second one is good. 2-1 is the score. 6 minutes, 13 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Benecki gets it over to Wiener. Wiener tries to dump it out to Martin. Martin with the basketball now, guarded by Pauli. Screen out front. Ball's into Benecki. Check that. Wiener. Oh, nice dump in there to Devine. She's fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go to the line. The foul is on Lawrence Alyssa Bork. That's her first, team first. Shooting two is Bork. Check that, Devine. First one's up and good. No, second one no good, rebounded by Wiener. She missed the shot, then Weston grabs the rebound and brings it up on her own. She gets it over to Bork. Bork's got the basketball now to the top of the key. Gets a screen from Pauli, gets it down underneath to Weston. Weston looking to do something with it. She puts it up. No shots up, no good. Rebound by Pauli. Pauli gets it out to Curtis. Curtis for three. That shot is way off mark. And we've got a foul in the loose ball action. Not quite sure what happened there. They're going to call Pauli for an illegal push. Okay, moving on. Messalonskee basketball. Grace Wiener with the basketball, bringing it up the floor. Guarded by Weston. Gets it to her sister, Gabrielle. Gabrielle back to Grace. Cross the horn over to Mayo. Mayo back down to Wiener. That shot was up and no good. No call on the action, but the ball was off Lawrence. Underneath, it's going to be a Messalonskee ball on the end line. 1-4 low set to inbound the basketball here. Looking to pop it out. Gets the ball over to Devine. Devine gets it back to Benecki. Shot up. 3-point opportunity there. Just in off the bench, that's Mayo. And it's 6-1, Messalonskee. Curtis with the basketball, stutter step, hesitation. Tries to penetrate, but turns it over. 3-point opportunity there by Devine. That shot is no good, battled for by the rebound. and it's ripped away by Carr. Carr's got the basketball now, gets it up, tries to get it to Curtis. Curtis ends up kicking it around. Paulai from the elbow, no good. Rebound Weston. Weston gets it back up. She's going to get fouled from behind. Oh, carnage in the action here. That's Devine. Is going to be called for the foul, and Weston's going to go to the line, and she's going to shoot 2. Looks like that ankle isn't quite hurting Savannah at this point. First shot is up and no good. Lady Bulldogs really need to capitalize on these free points from the free throw line. Left-handed shooter, Weston. Shoots. Makes the second one. Okay, Messalonskee brings the ball up the floor. This is Beneke. Beneke with the basketball, penetrates. Gets the ball out to the Mayo. Mayo's shot is no good. Rebound by Wiener. Wiener puts it up, no good. Rebounded by Messalonskee and then ripped down by the shortest player on the floor, Megan Curtis. Megan's got the ball and looking to set up the offense. Looking to penetrate, gets it over to Weston. Weston dribbles, penetrates, shot up, no good. Paulai was there to get the rebound and it was tipped away, knocked out of bounds. I think they were going to say it was off Beneke. It's going to be a Lawrence basketball underneath on the end line. Screen the screener coming here on the inbound play. Gets it inbound. Next with the basketball now is Dunphy. Dunphy just checked into the game. That shot is up and no good. In the rebounding action, it's tipped out of bounds by Messalonskee. Lawrence with the ball on the end line. Curtis inbounds again. Looks to dump it out, dumps it out to Paulai. Paulai with the basketball now, gets it. Dribble handoff to Weston. Weston gets it underneath to Dunphy. Dunphy kicks it out to Carr. Carr for 3. That one is no good. Rebound Messalonskee. Wiener has it stolen by Megan Curtis. Lawrence coming back down. There's Dunphy with the basketball. Gets it over to Weston. Weston penetrates the left hand. Contact, but no foul. Rebound coming the other way. Messalonskee with the basketball now, and we've got a travel underneath. Mayo tried to do something with it when she caught the ball inside the paint there. She had pretty good inside position, but she just shuffled her feet. Couldn't quite stay on balance. That's a turnover. Weston comes off the floor, give her a slight break here. As Bouchard checks into the basketball game for the Lady Bulldogs. Curtis penetrates. Miracle shot is no good. And stolen by Carr. Then stolen right back by Wiener. Ball up the floor in a hurry here. This is Beneke with the ball. Gets it over to Wiener. That's Grace Wiener with the basketball. Gets it underneath to her sister, Gabrielle. And that shot is up and no good. Rebound by the Lady Bulldogs. Curtis now has the ball and bringing the ball up the floor to control the offense. Paulai with the basketball on the left-hand side. Curtis now has it. Looking to balance the floor. Gets a screen from Paulai. Paulai with the ball back. Looking to penetrate. Working. And her shot is stuffed. Stuffed. Mayo with a big block there. And we're going to timeout on the basketball floor. Looks like it's going to be a full timeout. I'll check that. It looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout. Charge to the Bulldogs. Chesley's got himself the board out there. And I think he's going to be looking to... He's looking to draw up something here a little bit on the offensive side because I think he sees something. With the opportunities for penetrate and pitch and screen and roll. The ball is on the end line. It's going to be a Lawrence basketball. Lots of coaches call these free points. All it takes is solid discipline and execution to run an out-of-bounds play It should be a layup if you run things right. They're coming out in a square set here. Paulai screens, rolls. Nothing looking. They get it out. Ball's inbounded underneath the Paulai, but she can't quite handle the pass. Ball is up the floor in a hurry. Benecki to Wiener. Wiener with the right hand, up and good. Grace Wiener for 2. Megan Curtis with the ball, starting on the left-hand side of the floor. Guarded by Wiener. Hesitation. Nothing. Looking to penetrate. Gets it off to Bouchard. Bouchard with the basketball now. Tries to get it to Carr. Carr's got the ball in, and she dribbles around. Pop shot. No good. Paulai with the rebound, though. Nice rebound. Paulai shoots. No good. Wiener grabs the basketball and the rebound. Pushes the ball up the floor. Sees an opening. Possible chance there. Had an opportunity there. Gabrielle Wiener gets her own rebound. No good. We get a foul in the rebounding action. And Bouchard with a good box out. It's going to be a foul on Messalonskee. That foul is going to go on number 13, and that's Mayo. That's going to be her first. And the team's third. Checking back into the game for the Lady Bulldogs is Dunphy, as Curtis brings the ball up the floor. Coach Chesley calling out motion. There's a screen from Paula at the top of the key. She gets the ball back off the screen. Weston just checked back into the game, and she gets the ball right down in the paint. The defense collapses. Weston with a left hand. That one is up and no good. She battling and looking to get the basketball, and it's going to be tipped out of bounds by a Messalonskee player, tipped out of bounds by number 23. That's Clark, who tipped that one out of bounds. Ball is going to get inbounded by Curtis. Gets it to Weston. Weston with the ball out. Left foul line extended and gets it down over to the top of the key. Back to Curtis. Curtis with the basketball now. She's being guarded by Benecki. Ball is now back inside to Weston. Weston gets it to Paulai. Paulai with a shot. No good. But she's going to go to the foul line. The Lady Bulldogs are surprisingly getting that ball inside the paint tonight. And they can't quite capitalize on the layup. But they're making their presence felt inside. Paulai. First shot. No good. That's 4 missed free throws for the Lady Bulldogs in the first quarter. But she makes that one. Up the floor in a hurry. Wiener with the basketball. Gets a cut there. Shot was up and no good. That was Clark with the shot. Being pushed up the floor now by Bouchard. Bouchard with the basketball over to Paulai. Paulai dribbles, penetrates, kicks it back out. Shot fake, jump shot from the baseline. That one missed everything. And that was Dunphy's shot. It was the right shot, just a poor execution. Looks like Lawrence is going to pick up now in some full court pressure. Looking to push the issue here. And that one is going to be turned over, stolen by Weston, gets it over to Curtis. Curtis for 3, no good. And that ends the first quarter. It is 8-0, 8-3, 8-3 to end the first quarter. Thanks for joining us, Channel 1301. As well as those of you streaming at home on YouTube, as well as your Roku device. The first quarter just got done here at Folsom Gymnasium in Fairfield at the campus of Lawrence High School. Adjustments are being made, and it looks like the Lady Bulldogs came to play tonight. It's early in the season, and it is definitely showing that it's early in the season for offensive execution by both sides. It doesn't quite look like their shots are falling and the way that you would expect potentially for later in the year. This is a low-scoring affair, but there have been a lot of attempts, and but a lot of things just haven't fallen for both teams. Lawrence has been able to get the basketball inside multiple times tonight. They've been efficient on the offensive side of the floor, but their field goal shooting percentage has been rather poor. We'll start the second quarter now, and Hall has the basketball. Checked in now to Lowell. Two new players on the floor for Messalonskee. There's a shot up, and that is stuck by Martin. Her first shot of the evening and her first points coming out of the end of the first quarter. Curtis with the basketball now. She gets it to Bouchard. Bouchard back to Curtis, looking to get it underneath. Gets it underneath, and we've got a hold underneath. A very nice seal there by Dunphy. Got good inside position, and she got held by Hall. That's going to be Hall's first personal foul, and that is the team's fourth. Curtis to inbound. Looking. Gets it into Bouchard. Bouchard with the basketball. Dribbling, penetrating, left-hand runner up, no good. Rebound by Wiener. Wiener with numbers, 2-on-1 break. That one is a turnover. That was Clark. She had the opportunity to catch and go right into a layup. Instead, she went into a jump stop and she shuffled her feet, and that created a turnover. Curtis with the basketball. She's being guarded by Lowell. Gets it underneath to Weston. Weston throws it up with the left hand. She's going to be fouled there by Martin. Weston's going to go to the free throw line. This is the charity stripe. It's where Lawrence is going to look to be able to get back into this basketball game, but only down by 7 with 7 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second quarter. Checking into the basketball game now for the Lady Bulldogs is Bork and Pauli. Checking out Bouchard and Curtis. Weston, first shot, no good. Potentially her injury in the preseason may have made it so her stroke isn't quite back yet. Lots of missed free throw opportunities here for the Lady Bulldogs so far. Second shot is up, and it is no good. Rebound by Clark. Clark with the basketball now. She's being guarded by Bouchard. Gets the ball over to Lowell. Lowell looking to penetrate, nothing there. Swing the ball around the horn. Ball's over to Clark. I check that Martin. Gets the ball to Hall. Hall looks to penetrate. Martin with the basketball. Shot up by Lowell. That one's no good. Rebound there by Alyssa Bork. Alyssa brings the ball up the floor. Looking to set up. Gets it over to Bouchard. Bouchard looking to penetrate. She stops, pops for three. That one's no good. Pauli with a rebound. Gets it to Bouchard. Back underneath to Pauli. Pauli powers up and good. Great offensive execution there by the Lady Bulldogs. Second chance opportunity as well after a shot. Messalonskee with the basketball now. Ball is on the right foul line extended. Look to get it underneath the Wiener. And Lowell just throws it away. Fundamentally in basketball, a bounce pass is the most effective pass to the post. And that pass was airmailed. That pass was airmailed and it went right out of bounds. Lady Bulldogs basketball. Brought up the floor by Carr. Carr gets it over to Bouchard. Bouchard for three. She is not afraid tonight. She just let that one fly. Rebound by Messalonskee. It goes to Lowell. Lowell is being guarded by Carr. Weston guarding Wiener. Grace penetrates. Shot up. No good. Pauli battling for the rebound. We're going to have a jump ball. Alternating possession is going to be... They had the arrow wrong at the alternating possession is going to be a Lawrence basketball. Nice job by the officiating crew there to keep the alternating possession in their own mind. They didn't switch the arrow after the end of the quarter. Here's Carr with the basketball. 5 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Screen by Weston. Bouchard shot with the left hand up and no good. It was blocked by Mayo. Ball up the floor in a hurry. And there's Mayo for three. A great box out there by Carr. Really nice job underneath. The box out that the Lady Bulldogs are doing right now is a textbook classic showcase of how you rebound. I'm amazed that with such a size disadvantage that's out there on the floor, they're rebounding as well as they are. Weston with the basketball gets it over to Curtis, who just checked back into the game. Paulai at the top of the key. Curtis, shot, no good. Rebound, Wiener. Wiener has the basketball, gets it over to Beneke. Beneke penetrates. Devine, runner, good. Messalonskee 12, Lawrence 5. Curtis with the basketball. Gets it to Paulai. Ball is underneath to Paulai now. Up with the right hand and good. Sarah Paulai. We got a trap in the corner here. Lawrence picks up and applies a little bit of a pressure. This is a 1-2-2 half-court trap, but Messalonskee's able to get through it. There's a runner. The runner's up. It's no good, but it's rebounded by Hall. Hall gets it back to Wiener. Carr almost gets a steal there, but we've got backcourt. It's a backcourt violation called by the official. That's questionable, as if Carr might have tipped that basketball. I'm not quite sure from the angle that we have here if that was the correct call or not. But regardless, it's going to be Lawrence basketball on a turnover. It's 12-7. 4 minutes remaining in the second half. Lawrence is one foul away from going into the bonus where they'll shoot 1-1. There's an opportunity here for the Lady Bulldogs to potentially get that ball inside, get back to the foul line. It looks like that's the typical part of their game plan here tonight. Get the ball inside, make something happen, space the floor correctly. They've been doing that well so far tonight. Shots just haven't fallen the way that they would hope that they would. Coming out of the timeout, it's Curtis. Curtis gets the ball now to Bork. Bork has the basketball at the top of the key, looking to penetrate. She does. She has her shot blocked, but it was held out of bounds by Beneke. Curtis is going to inbound the ball out of bounds underneath the Lawrence hoop. Paulai pops out, gets a screen. Ball is now inbounded, and it looks like it's going to be a turnover here on Lawrence. An ill-advised pass by Dunphy. Messalonskee will retain possession. Lawrence is picking up with a little bit of a pressure here in the front court. There's Wiener with the basketball. She's looking to push the ball up the floor. She pops, an off-balance shot. That one is no good. Ball is rebounded by the Lady Bulldogs. That's Carr with the ball, and then she wisely stops so they can set up the offenses. Paulai underneath, and that one swatted away by Mayo. Paulai setting her up for an up fake. That's all she's got to do. One time, just give her a little shoulder shrug, and she'll be going to the foul line. Curtis gets the ball into Paulai. Paulai looking to shoot, gets it back to Curtis. Paulai sets a screen. Curtis for three. That one's good. Three ball, Megan Curtis. Lady Bulldogs pick up pressure in the front court. They're looking to push the issue here a little bit. Messalonskee runs and breaks the pressure really easily, but they missed the bunny. Paulai with the rebound, gave up her dribble, and now the basketball is brought up by Carr. Carr with the basketball now. Lawrence down by 2. 2 minutes, 45 seconds remaining in the half. Bouchard with the basketball, gets it over to Bork. Bork's shot is blocked. That one is blocked again by Mayo. Mayo is a SWAT machine tonight. Ball in the corner. That one's shot by Wiener. That one's up and no good. Paulai with a rebound, pivoting. Nice job, fundamentals there by Paulai. Get the ball and chin it and get some space. Really nice job. Lawrence with the basketball, taking their time and trying to be efficient, but not paying attention is Carr, and that one is tipped away. Gabrielle Wiener, oh no. Gabrielle's Wiener was up. Her shot was no good. They called her for a player control foul, saying that she was out of control slightly after the ball had already hit the rim. Potentially some continuation, but at any rate, that was Dunphy who took the charge. Ball to Carr. Carr looking to penetrate. She tries to force a shot. There was really no shot there to be forced. Poor offensive set for the Lady Bulldogs. There's a three-point opportunity, and it's no good. Bork with a great job boxing out, so Curtis comes in and is able to get the rebound after a poor shot selection by Devine. Curtis with the basketball. Gets it over to Carr. Carr with it now, back to Curtis, looking to get it inside, tries to float it up. Paulai gets it, offense by accident, gets it again back up. The SWAT machine this time, too much contact. Paulai's going to the charity stripe, the free throw line. Make these two, and it's a tie game. First one's up and good. That's the second foul on Mayo. Paulai makes them both, and Lawrence picks up to apply pressure. Messalonskee throws it away. There's going to be a pushing foul, and Lawrence is going back to the free throw line. That one's going to be on Wiener. We're going to a bonus. This one here is a 1-and-1. Foul's going to be on Messalonskee. 12, Grace Wiener. And Messalonskee wants to talk this over. A 30-second timeout. At this point, I'm sure that Coach DeRoseby is discussing with his Lady Eagles. They should really be wary of the Lawrence pressure. They need to take better care of the basketball. They've allowed the Lady Bulldogs to get themselves back into this game by basically beating themselves. Lawrence has missed a lot of shots tonight. They've done a great job offensively in being able to get the ball inside, but the Messalonskee Eagles turnovers are the reason why the Lady Bulldogs and the Eagles are now tied. We've got a 1-on-1 situation. This is Dunphy at the line. First shot is up, and it's no good. Rebound by Gabrielle Wiener. Gets it to her sister, Grace. Grace gets the ball at the floor on the right-hand side. She is being closely guarded, and that one's getting aggressive. Gabrielle Wiener with the basketball, looking to penetrate. Shot, three-point shot deep. Oh, we've got a push in the rebounding action. Megan Curtis with inside position. And Beneke is going to get called for a foul here from behind. Megan Curtis is going to go to the free throw line. If you're a Messalonskee fan and you're watching this basketball game, you might be noticing a significant foul differential in the first half. It is team fouls now 10-2. Curtis's first shot is up and good. Lawrence in the double bonus and take the lead with 1 minute and 3 seconds left in the first half. Her second shot is good, and Lawrence picks up with some pressure. Here's Grace Wiener with the basketball. She's being guarded by Dunphy. Gabrielle Wiener with the basketball, being guarded by Carr. There's Devine with the basketball. She penetrates, gets the ball to Mayo. Mayo looking to do something with it. Backdoor cut, and just didn't see it in time. Mayo made the right call. It was a very nice cut there by Wiener, but the execution was just timely, a little couple seconds slow. 42.5 seconds remaining in the half. Lawrence up by 2, 14-12. Curtis with the basketball. Being guarded by Wiener. Gets the ball to Carr. Carr gets it over to Bork. Bork is wide open and spot up for 3. Somebody might want to play defense on her. What a shot by Bork. Opposite and away, and Messalonskee's going to get a layup. Great job breaking the pressure there by the Lady Eagles, as Devine's layup was good. Bork gets it down to Paulai. We've got some action now. Paulai misses the layup. We're going to get a heave. The shot is up and no good. We got some fast action there in the first to end the first half. The Lady Bulldogs are going to the locker room with a 3-point lead. It's 17-14. Thanks for watching us, channel 1301 on your Spectrum television, or joining us on Crossroads TV on our YouTube channel, or your streaming Roku device or Vimo. I'm Josh Hunt. We'll be back after this break. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Some unofficial scoring stats for the first half for the Lady Bulldogs. It was Bork has 3, Curtis with 5, Weston with a field goal, with 1 free throw, with 1 point, and Pauli with 8 to lead all scorers for the Lady Bulldogs, as well as all scorers in the game. For the Messalonskee Eagles, Grace Wiener has 4, Mayo has 3, Devine has 6, and Martin with 2. Check that. Devine has 5. Adjustments, I'm sure, were talked about by both sides at halftime. Messalonskee coach DeRoseby, I'm more than certain, was stressing taking care of the basketball and not turning it over, getting good penetration and getting the ball inside. The Lady Bulldogs, in essence, have done a lot of things right tonight. Adjustments may not necessarily need to be made here other than corrections to see what Messalonskee does coming out of the halftime. Curtis gets the ball inbound to Weston. Weston right into Pauli. Pauli up, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and good! Pound the ball inside. 3-point play. Opportunity here. The foul was on Martin. That is her 3rd personal foul, and the first real foul trouble that we have for either team. Shot is up and no good. Weston tips it out of bounds. Messalonskee is going to pick up the basketball. Lawrence picks up in some pressure. Messalonskee gets the ball in. There's Martin with the basketball. Gets it up the floor. Now Benecki over Wiener. Shot on the floor. Hand check foul. The hand check foul is going to be called on Carr. It's before the shot. Although inside the circle area, so the ball is going to be underneath. Inbound basketball there. Martin gets it over to Wiener. That's Grace Wiener. Grace Wiener looks to get it inside, but broken up by Bork and stolen away. She pushes the basketball up the floor, but Benecki steals it from behind. Wiener with the basketball. This is Gabrielle bringing it up the floor now. She's looking to penetrate, but her head's down. She throws up a prayer, and they're bailing her out with a foul. Foul's going to be called on Savannah Weston. That's going to be her first. Team second. Quickly. Lady Bulldogs didn't have 2 team fouls until 5 minutes into the second quarter in the first half. Under a minute in, 2 team fouls right now. Nice box out there by the Lady Bulldogs, and Pauli controls the basketball, gets it to Curtis. She's got the ball looking to penetrate, looking to do something with it, picks up her dribble to bounce pass, looks to get it underneath to Pauli. She was defended underneath there by Martin. That was a force by Curtis. And it leads to a turnover. Wiener with the basketball. Grace has got it. Gets the ball over to Benecki. She looks to penetrate. Devine, another Messalonskee turnover. Backdoor cuts with passes that are getting there late. Lawrence is doing a great job with ball pressure and making it difficult to get the pass and timing down. Same thing just happens. Miscommunication, and Curtis throws it away. Turnovers aplenty in the early goings here in the second half. Here's Benecki. She's got the basketball. She gets it over to the corner to Devine. Devine looks to penetrate. She floats it out. Benecki with the ball again. Guarded by Weston. Curtis stops down to help. Carr with a big-time matchup there. Big matchup problem. Bork gets the ball down. Paulai with the basketball. Gets it back to Bork. Bork looking to get it inside. Kicks it out and over to, oh my Lord, 3-point shot and good by Carr. Benecki with the basketball now. Looking to do something with it. Bork almost stole it away. Benecki picked it up. Penetrate, runner, high off the glass and good. And nobody there to help Megan Curtis, and Weston finally does get it. Gets it back to Curtis, and the Lady Bulldogs bring it up the floor. Curtis with the basketball here. Gets it poked away. Behind the back, penetrates. Shot up, no good. Lots of contact there. Ball tipped and out of bounds. It's going to go to Messalonskee. Nice job by keeping her composure. Curtis looks a little upset on that one. But if she shows it, the team knows it. Ball out front to Wiener now. That's Grace with the basketball. Look at the backdoor cut to Gabrielle. Broken up by Paulai. Stolen away by Carr. Gets it up the floor to Weston. Weston grabs the basketball. Tries to save it. Favoring that left ankle a little bit there on that one. But the pass was led a little too far, and another turnover. 22-17, Lady Bulldogs lead with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in the third quarter. Here is Wiener with the basketball. Grace working on Savannah Weston. Gets it to Gabrielle. Gabrielle for three. That one's up, no good. Rebound by Martin. Martin has it, but tries to get it out. Kicked by Curtis, out of bounds. Messalonskee basketball. Checking in for the ball game for the Lady Bulldogs is number 22, Dunphy. She's going to replace Bork. Ball inbounded out of bounds. This one goes into, that one went into Devine, but that one was no good. Shot up, no good. Crowd wanted to travel. Weston with the left hand, and that one's blocked by Wiener. Gabrielle Wiener, reverse layup, good. 22 apiece now. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Megan Curtis with the basketball, spacing it out, looking to penetrate. Gets it into the corner. That shot is up and down. What a shot there by Carr. Catch and shoot all in one motion. She is face guarding now. The Wiener, Gabrielle Wiener, is getting face guarded by Carr and not helped off, and she's not helping off of him. This is a defensive adjustment that's happened by Coach Chesley. Gabrielle Wiener is not being allowed to touch the basketball. We've got an interesting chain. Okay, the alternating possession wasn't correct again. That ball is going to go to Messalonskee. And they inbound the basketball. Wiener with the basketball out at the top of the key. Guarded by Weston. Spin move. Shot left hand, no good. Rebound by Dunphy. Dunphy gives the basketball to Curtis. Curtis has the basketball now. She's being guarded by Wiener. Gets it to Paulai. Paulai with the basketball now. Gets it over to Dunphy. Dunphy with the ball out of the top of the key to Weston. Looking to space the floor and get it inside. Weston looks to penetrate. Dunphy with the basketball, looks to get it back into Weston. Weston to do something with it, going to her left hand. That one's up and no good. Looking for a foul from the official and got nothing. This one's going to go against the Lady Bulldogs in the rebounding action. Foul is on number 24. That foul's on Carr. That's going to be Delaney's second foul. Team foul number 3. Wiener with the basketball, dribbles it off a foot, and it's a turnover. Pauli picks it up. Looking to get rid of it, gets it up the floor to Dunphy. Dunphy with the basketball now, pushing, looking, dribbling, penetrating, nothing. And we've got a timeout, Coach Chesley. 30-second timeout on the floor. Nice job there by Coach, recognizing his player was in trouble, and it could have led to another Lawrence turnover or another turnover in this game. I'm glad that I don't have to keep that stat tonight. Those turnover stats have got to be high, and I'm hoping that they're using pencil. They're going to need more pencils. Crowd just starting to get engaged with this one here, but I can tell you it's real hot in Folsom Gymnasium. Coach Chesley is making some adjustments and I'm sure telling his team to be more patient on the offensive side. Great success happened when they got the ball inside in the first half. In the second half, they haven't gotten the ball inside with the same efficiency and floor spacing that they had in the first half. Messalonskee has done a nice job trying to push the issue, but they've still missed a lot of shots. Curtis with the basketball. Looks to get it in. Turnover. Ooh, refs just missed a travel there. Beneke gets it over to Hall. Hall shot no good. Pauli with the rebound. Kicks it out to Curtis. Curtis with the ball. Floats it up the floor to Carr. Carr for shot. No good. Rebound by Mayo. One pass, one shot. Doesn't get it done. Shot by Mayo. No good. Rebound by Gabby. Gabrielle Wiener. There's a lot of contact there and a whole lot not called. Either way, it could have been on the offensive or defensive player in that one. Player control foul on Gabrielle Wiener. Pauli taking the offensive charge. You knew that was going to happen. Gabrielle Wiener looks to be a little bit frustrated right now with what's going on out of there, the way that the defense is happening. Got a kick ball there by Hall. It's going to be sideline out of bounds for the Lady Bulldogs. Curtis to inbound it. And turnover. Messalonskee bringing the ball up the floor is Hall. Hall gets it. Wow. Pop shot there by Mayo is good. 2-point field goal for her. 21-25 Lawrence. Curtis looking to penetrate. Gets the ball, dumps it off. Underneath Pauli. Nice job by Dunphy. Sarah Pauli's had a great game, but that's the one thing she hasn't done yet. That one jump stop and up fake. Messalonskee defenders are trying desperately to block shots. It's a highway to the free throw line with one simple up fake. That free throw is shot in good by Dunphy. 26-21, Lady Bulldogs. 1 minute, 28 seconds left in the third quarter. Second one is up. And it's no good. Rebound, Messalonskee. Then ripped away by Dunphy. Dribbled around, lots of contact. There's Carr, and she's going to be called for a foul. That's unlucky and unfortunate. Foul's on number 24, Carr. That's going to be her third personal foul. Lawrence applying pressure. Sees it. Dunphy stops it. Ball to Mayo, no good. Curtis tried to defend Hall, but Hall was able to get that shot up and in. 23 26, Lady Bulldogs. Megan Curtis with the basketball, looking to lob it into Paulai. Got a bad angle. And the help side was already there. That pass was ill-advised, and another Lawrence turnover. Messalonskee with the basketball now. This is Lowell. Lowell looking to penetrate. Gets it over to Devine. Devine back to Lowell. Lowell looking to shoot. Ball dumped underneath to Mayo. Mayo underneath there to Hall. That one's turned around. Dunphy had the basket. Check that. Bouchard with the basketball, bringing it up the floor. Had it tipped away. It's going to be Lawrence basketball. Checking back into the game is Bork and Weston for Carr and Curtis. Ball brought into Paulai. Paulai shot no good, blocked. Bork with the basketball, back to Paulai, looking to get it underneath to Weston. Nice job trying to get a bounce pass in there. That one's kicked away by Mayo. Lawrence ball underneath. Nobody open. Weston moves. Left hand, no good. Paulai, nice job. She is fighting extremely hard on the glass tonight. Lawrence with the ball, again, underneath its own hoop. Gets it out to Paulai. Sarah with the ball. Dribbling the left-hand side. Kicks it out. Here's a dribble and a drive. A runner, no good. Dunphy. Dunphy with a nice job with penetration. She got that first step on her defender. She needs to take a better angle into the paint, though, so she can get a better angle at the shot, which she did a nice job drawing contact for. She's going to the line and shooting two. That first shot is off the back of the iron and no good. Got to have one of these two. Checking into the game for the first time for the Lady Bulldogs, number 21, Eldridge. Delaney Eldridge. That one is good by Dunphy. 10 seconds remaining. Messalonskee getting the ball up the floor. We've got a travel on Hall. 7 seconds remaining in the half. You got to get this ball in. And they do. Dunphy with the basketball. She pushes it up 5 seconds. 3, 2, Bork for three. Off the back of the rim and no good. Really nice look there to end the third quarter. Just couldn't quite convert. 27-23. Lawrence in the lead here at Folsom Gym in the early seasons of KBAC girls basketball. You're watching channel 1301 Crossroads TV. And we're back to action. Ball inbounded. We got Bork with the ball. Alyssa Bork has got the ball. She's being guarded by Hall. Weston pops, drops, into Paulai. Shot, up, and good. Sarah Paulai from Savannah Weston. 1-2 punch. Ball is up the top of the key. Dropped into Mayo. Mayo with a right-handed hook shot. That one was no good. It was rebounded. Pushed up the floor in a hurry by Dunphy. Underneath to Weston. Weston with a left-hand shot. Runner, no good. Rebounded by Messalonskee. And trapped in the corner. Bork being aggressive, reached across the body and made contact with the hand. Not popular with the fans here, but it was a foul. They were looking for a held ball. Messalonskee basketball. Gabrielle Wiener with the basketball. Looking to penetrate. Gets the ball to Devine. Devine over to Benecki. Wiener. Elbow jump shot. No good. Dunphy being aggressive there. Almost could have got called for over the back, but knocked it out of bounds. It's Messalonskee ball on the end line. Ball over to Mayo. Mayo gets it over to Wiener. Wiener with the basketball here. Looking to do something with it. Sees nothing. Gets it over to Devine. Devine dribbling around. Bork being aggressive again. Can't fault the kid for being aggressive. She's got tagged though now. Referees have identified her number. She's going to have to do a better job moving her feet and getting in better position. Now that the referees have identified her aggressiveness, they're going to be looking to call fouls on her. That's her third personal foul. Ball is inbounded. Curtis guarding heavily. Wiener, Grace, shot, no good, drew a foul. And I think that one's going to be on Bork, which I think is going to be her fourth foul. And it is. In a hurry, Alyssa Bork got tagged. And she's going to have to come out. Carr's checking in for her. Wiener's shot, Grace's free throw is good. 29-24. Lawrence, 6 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the game. Messalonskee is now in the bonus, shooting 1-1. Megan Curtis with the ball, gets it to Savannah Weston. Backdoor cut there. You got to get it back out and reset this thing. Oh, my. Curtis had an open look, had an opportunity. You miss all the shots that you don't take, so there you go. Ball out front. This is Grace Wiener. Grace Wiener's got the basketball. Looking to penetrate. Elbow extended. Ball now to Martin. Martin gets it over to Benecki. Ball now to Devine. Devine with the basketball. Underneath now to Wiener. Gabrielle Wiener has the ball tipped away by Dunphy. Victoria Dunphy has been impressive tonight on the defensive side of this game. She has played with heart and intensity. Messalonskee basketball inbounded. Shot is up. No good. Paulai with the rebound. Curtis with the ball now. Looking to do something with it. Looking to penetrate. Carr with it now. Looking at Weston. Nothing there. Gets it to Dunphy. Gets a better angle. Dunphy penetrates it. It's in. Have a game, Victoria Dunphy. (31-24). 5 minutes, 19 seconds left in this one. There's just something that you can see in this early going in this game. The Lady Bulldogs simply want this more. It's very self-evident that they feel like they've got something to prove, and they're trying to send a message to anyone who might be watching that they are to be taken seriously this year. There's been a lot of hype for Messalonskee in the early goings and the preseason polls and predictions because they are a senior-laden team. Well, the Lady Bulldogs have some seniors and some experience of their own. This one here is gearing up to potentially be a barn burner. Next couple of minutes will definitely tell what's going to happen down the stretch. Messalonskee is shooting 1-1 for the remainder of this game. They're in the bonus for the remainder of this game. 5 minutes of bonus. Here's Grace Wiener with the basketball. She's looking to penetrate. Nothing there. Savannah Weston with defense. Nice job being guarded closely. Crowd wants a 5-second call, but no, not there. Savannah Weston with the Savannah Weston guarding Wiener. Grace Wiener with the basketball underneath. 3-point opportunity, Messalonskee, no good. Rebound, Grace Wiener. She falls down with it. Probably could have been a travel, but nothing called. There's Devine. Devine gets the ball over to Benecki. Benecki gets the ball over to Grace Wiener. Wiener with the basketball now, hard guarded by Weston. Down to Martin, over to Wiener. Wiener looking inside, nothing there. Around the horn, gets it over to Benecki. Benecki with a runner, that one's no good. Rebound, Paulai. Paulai brings it down, pivots, gets it to Curtis, and it's Lawrence basketball. Up the floor in a hurry here. Here's Carr. First pass, first shot, nothing but net. Holy cow. I'll tell you right now, that's a coach's nightmare. It's a good thing that one went in because there was no rebounders there for the Lady Bulldogs. If that shot had not gone in, that was a wasted offensive possession. But oh my, what a shot. That's going to be an offensive foul underneath. Gabrielle Wiener put her shoulder down, and Delaney Carr took a charge. She's kind of in her head right now. Got to keep her composure. She's a sophomore, and you gotta expect the fact that frustrations are going to happen and intensities are going to be high. Lawrence with a 10-point lead with 4 minutes to go in this one. Curtis with the basketball. Gets it over to Weston. Savannah Weston with the basketball now. She goes inside, pop shot, no good, runner. And it's going to be off a Messalonskee player underneath. Lawrence basketball. Savannah Weston doing a heck of a job playing with that boot. Paulai with the basketball. Gets it into Curtis. Curtis looks to shoot, looks to get it up. Her runner is no good, but she's going to be fouled in the act of shooting. And got to go to the free throw line for 2. Megan Curtis is a pretty good free throw shooter. With an opportunity for the Lady Bulldogs to get this one up to 12. Curtis's shot, no good. Some might say I might have jinxed her. Happens. Megan Curtis with the basketball. Second shot, tips and shoots. That one's good. Here's Wiener with the basketball. Grace has got it at the top of the key. She's guarded by Savannah Weston. That ball is over to Martin. Martin looking inside, nothing there. Gets it over to Benecki. Benecki gets it around the horn, over to Wiener. Wiener out to Devine. Devine for 3. That one's an air ball. And the crowd's going to let her know it. Rebound by Megan Curtis. Megan Curtis has got the basketball. Taking her time and being patient. This is where... Nice job on penetration and a floater by Megan Curtis. This is where Lawrence needs to learn how to put people away, and I think that they're doing a nice job of it right here. Coach Chesley, I think, is going to take his time and tell them just exactly that. Be patient on the offensive side. Take care of the ball. Run the offense. Run some time off the clock. You've got plenty of a cushion. Do not foul. Do not give them free points. This is don't stop being aggressive. Don't stop playing. But don't foul. Don't do those things that, are going to allow them to gain any type of momentum. They're doing a great job on Gabrielle Wiener. Gabrielle Wiener is a phenomenal player. She's young and she's frustrated right now. They've done a nice job face guarding her most of the night and not helping off of her at all. Delaney Carr she gives away almost a foot in height, but she has just been doing a beautiful job defending her all night long. Ball out of the timeout. Shot was up there by Mayo. The shot was no good. Paulai with a rebound. Gets it to Dunphy. Dunphy gets it up the floor. Get under control, young lady. Stops, pop shot, good. Nice job keeping her composure, getting herself back under control, and going up with a jump shot for 2. There's Wiener. That one's going to be an offensive foul. Well, It was all day and all night a charge. I'm definitely going to disagree with the referee on that one. But I guess we all have the right to disagree, and the referee is always right. Victoria Dunphy did a nice job getting herself set up and taking a charge there. But Grace Wiener is going to shoot from the free throw line. That's the thing about a basketball. It tends to never lie. The basketball has a conscience. The first shot is missed, but the second one is hit. It is what it is. Megan Curtis with the basketball now, bringing it up the floor. Being guarded by Wiener. She looks to penetrate, gets out of control. Ball up the floor there. Layup good by Devine. Messalonskee looking for some momentum. This is the exact thing that coach was probably telling them. Don't give them an opportunity to be able to gain some momentum. Get under control and take care of the basketball. Here we go. Weston with it now, but she turns it over. Dunphy tries to take a charge. Nothing that's there. Gabrielle Wiener with a rebound. She's going to be called. She's going to go to the free throw line. Foul in a rebounding action. The foul's going to go against Lawrence. It's going to go against number 24. That's Carr. That's going to be Carr's fourth foul. 1 minute, 50 seconds left in this one. Messalonskee can get it to a 10-point game. 10-point game with, in essence, two minutes left to go in this one. They are far from over. Far from over. The Lady Bulldogs have got to do a better job of taking care of the basketball. Gabrielle Wiener makes both free throws, and it's a 10-point game. They pick up full court pressure. Curtis looks to get it in. That one is going to be tipped away. No, they're going to say timeout. Coach Chesley called a timeout on the pressure. He's going to talk about this one with his ladies. Messalonskee, the Lady Eagles, have found some momentum, and they're hoping that old Mo can get them back into this one. In essence, it's a three-possession basketball game with a minute 50 to play. That's an eternity in this one. The possession arrow is in favor of the Eagles. So if they get the opportunity to get a tie-up, then they can gain a possession. I'm sure that the Lady Eagles will be applying some pressure here coming out of the timeout. The Bulldogs have got to do a good job staying composed, getting it in, and getting it up the floor and running their offense. Megan Curtis to inbound. 1-4 press breaker here. Gets it to Curtis. They're going to clear, as they should. Curtis with composure. Hesitate dribble. Gets it. Wow. Well, they didn't run a whole lot of time there in their offense, but Megan Curtis saw an opportunity to be able to get into the glass, into the paint there, and she gets called. She gets fouled by a hand check. She's going to go 1-1 at the line. Pretty good free throw shooter. First one's good. Hey, this is a good opportunity for the Lady Bulldogs if they can, as long as they can convert on their free throws. Second one is up, and it's good. 41-29, minute 40 left in this one. Messalonskee with the basketball. Shot is up. Benecki going to be fouled by Curtis. Benecki is going to go to the line. She's going to shoot two. Messalonskee now in the double bonus. 1 minute 35 seconds remaining in this one. Alyssa Bork is going to check back in for the Lady Bulldogs. She's got 4 fouls. Checks in for Victoria Dunphy, who has had a fabulous game. Second shot is up and no good. Oh, really nice box out by Paulai, but Wiener got the ball. 2-point field goal there by Hall. 41-31. Lawrence. Curtis gets the ball up the floor, screened by Weston. Ball to Carr. Carr gets it to Bork. Bork has it. Control yourself, young lady. Nice backdoor cut by Curtis. And shot is up and in. Really nice give and go. Those two work fabulously together on that one for a 2-point field goal. Lawrence keeps going ahead. 1 minute left in this one. Hall with a shot. That one's no good. Nice box out by Carr. Oh my, what a seal. Off a leg. Nice job. Okay, Lawrence is going to do a little bit better job here on pressure. They're going 1-4 press breaker here. Paulai gets it in. Looks to dribble. Curtis has got to go get it. And she does. Stay out of the corner. And be under control. That one there goes to Mayo. Mayo into Wiener. That one looks like it's probably going to go on Carr, but we'll see who they call in that carnage underneath. They're going to call Paulai with a bump. Wiener to the free throw line, 33 seconds in this one. You could probably say that this one's going to be a done deal. Don't want to jinx it for the Lady Bulldogs, but a 10-point lead in essence if Wiener makes this one with 33 seconds, a 3-possession ball game. Shot's good. 43-33, ball is inbounded. Bork with the ball, she's going to be fouled instantly. She's going to go to the free throw line. 31 seconds remaining in this one. All the Lady Bulldogs have to do is make their free throws. And in essence, this one is all over. That's going to be the 5th foul. On Gabrielle Wiener. Rest assured, the Messalonskee Lady Eagles will be laying for the Lady Bulldogs when this one happens later in the season over in Oakland. Hall with the basketball, gets it to Grace Wiener. Grace Wiener for 3. That one is good. Quick timeout. Full timeout. 20.8 seconds left. Don't go anywhere. Stranger things have happened. Lawrence is going to expect pressure here. Messalonski's going to have to try to steal the inbound. There could be an opportunity to be able to throw this one deep and get it up the floor. If they have the opportunity to throw a long pass here, Lawrence will probably take it. 20.8 remaining in the game. They're going to face guard, and they're going to look to steal the inbound pass. If the ball gets in, Messalonskee will foul instantaneously. Lawrence in a 1-4 press breaker. Paulai comes to the ball. Dunphy goes long. Get the ball into Bork. They should be fouling Bork instantly, but they don't. Paulai with the ball. And she's going to the free throw line. Wasted execution there. Messalonskee should have fouled Bork as soon as she caught the ball inbounds. The foul should have happened in the front court. But execution and ideas are two different things sometimes. And we've got a scorer's table issue. Apparently they figured it out. Sarah Pauli is going to the free throw line. Her shot is up and good. 44-36, 14.6 seconds left. Make this one. Do not foul if you're the Lady Bulldogs. Do not foul. That is not what you want to see. It doesn't matter at this point in time if Benecki got a layup or not. There was not enough time on the clock, but now the clock is stopped. And it's going to be 3 points for the Lady Eagles. If they make their free throws. And she missed them both. Dunphy had the rebound, had it tipped away. 3.9 seconds remaining in this one. Throw it deep. Throw it deep. Gets it to Pauli. Instant foul. Dear coach, this one is over. Please tell them to stop fouling. This would be the point where the subs should come in the basketball game. 2.8 seconds remaining in this one. Sarah Pauli gets a chance to pad her stats from where she's had a pretty decent game. She had 8 in the first half. Probably somewhere around that in this half. Unofficial statistics not in yet. Both free throws are good. Lawrence at half court. No foul. Don't play defense. Shot no good. The Lady Bulldogs have given the newspapers and people something to talk about tonight at Folsom Gym. They've defeated the Messalonskee Eagles by 10, 46-36. It's early going. My name is Josh. Thank you so much for watching Crossroads TV, channel 1301. We hope you tune in to our next home game, which is versus Madomic Valley right here at Folsom Gym later next week on the 20th. In the meantime, in between time, thanks for watching us. We're channel 1301 Crossroads Television. And good night from Folsom Gym.